You know, B.A., yes and no. I think we have a handful of teams whose fates might already be determined, but we always have a couple of surprise teams that come out of nowhere. That's what makes the season so much fun to watch.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Then it's Maxey, then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Yabusele in at power forward. Here's Holiday following the score by Philadelphia. Here's White, and it's blocked by Embiid. Maxey with it. Here's Yabusele. And here's Embiid. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by White. Brown against Maxey. Inside. Here's Porzingis. Can't connect from short range. And Maxey, here we go. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on White.
And Maxey is fearless on the drive. Just dares defenders in the fouling.
And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, B.A. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Holiday. 9 points for him in his last game. Driving in. The rebound by Yabusele.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Kicks it to George. The 3 is up. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Holiday. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
And the Celtics, far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
Embiid, good.
Embiid, such a monster on the inside. He puts a lot of pressure on him.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute, and the conversation quickly turned to Embiid. Coach said we know he can be unstoppable, but we're hoping to slow him down just a little. Double teams might be a part of that, but I don't want to give away all of our tricks, so it sounds like Joel can expect a lot of defensive pressure tonight.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by Boston. George with the bucket.
Cannot let George get his feet set out on the perimeter. He'll bury it.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
It's time for Dance Dance. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. Let's see what you got. Get down. You're off beat.
chance to check out stats for Paul George. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Brown. And there's the lob. Outside Holiday. Outside Brown. On target from range.
You know, early on, Brown struggled with his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
George outside. Now here's Embiid, defended by Porzingis. Embiid can't hit.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
White for three. Rebound by Philadelphia. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
And the win was there for them, but they just let it get away. Just couldn't make enough plays late.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Magic in Orlando. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. And it's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
First one falls for him. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity. Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
Assistant, Tyrese Maxey.
Here's White. No made baskets yet. Pass to Tatum. Outside, Brown. Porzingis with a screen on George. Fires it from 18. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Brown's got 7 points.
Brown has a nice shot repertoire. Clearly the mid-range doesn't give him much trouble.
Embiid a screen on Brown to the paint. To the wing on the left. Yabusele. No good from outside.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Tatum. And he converts the layup.
We know Tatum's got a terrific jumper, but I like when he pounds that paint too.
Holiday against Maxey. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. Holiday against Maxey. A good look from Brown. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. The 76ers have gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. And Embiid gets the double team. For 3, Maxey. Boston pulls it in. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
You have to respect their ability to stay consistent away from home, keeping their cool and making quality shots.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
Now here's Holiday, a reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Here's Tatum, and the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Tatum's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Well, Tatum can find a shot he wants just about anywhere. He's got that kind of versatility.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. change here. Pritchard's checked in. And now it's time to take a look at the top defensive teams in the league right now. Fourth, Boston.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks.
Here's Yabusele. Pass to Embiid. Out to Oubre. Here's George. No good, and they can't put it into the drought.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Tatum, like most players, is best when he's aggressive and attacking the basket.
And Maxi's got the ball here for the 76ers. It's a three-point game, and this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year.
They took the season series against this opponent last year. High-profile games are the best.
Exactly. Two top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Now here's Brown. He has 7. Pass to Pritchard. Brown scanning the floor. Porzingis sets a screen to the inside. Shot clock at 6. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Coming onto the floor now is Celtics Executive David. Make some noise for him. Get on the bench on the court is your right squad. Here we go, friends. Time to make some noise for some teacher.
Here for the Celtics. Kornet checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Horford comes in for Brown. And it's Porter Jr. in for Holiday. Here's Grimes. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Drummond to screen on Porter to the middle to stop the drought. And Drummond with the jam.
Another day, another chance at the rim for Drummond. This is where he likes to do his best eating.
Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Now here's Tatum. Kornet sets a screen. Back to Horford. On the wing, Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Fires in the triple. Tatum's got 9.
This is why Tatum is a superstar. His confidence in shooting the ball right away, quick release, money.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. On defense, the Sixers. They trail by 6. And here's Porter outside. Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Here's McCain. He's scoreless. 4-3. The shot no good. Now here's Porter. The D's right on him. Pass to Tatum. Kornet with the bucket. And it's an 8-point Celtic lead.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Porter. Walker against Tatum. Pass to Edwards. Clock at 6. Knocks down the long J.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The Celtics on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Kornet. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You take a look at the Celtics. They've been enjoying a truly spectacular run this season, sitting on top of the mountain in the first place spot. And of course the 76ers down a few spots.
You know, for the Celtics, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff. Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Pritchard. 13 points in the win against Orlando. Up top, Horford. Right side, Tatum. Walker with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
You know, as you add experience, you start to see the floor better. That was a sweet find by Drummond.
There's a minute 40 left in the opening quarter. Here's Pritchard. Drummond grabs the miss.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
And they take the lead. Edwards got his third basket of the night.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Headed to the floor right now, it's Celtics Entertainment.
Craig is checked in for Kornet. Taking a look at the last 10 games, here are the players who have been flat-out dominant scoring the ball and showing no signs of letting up anytime soon. Second, Jason Tatum.
He's been on an absolute tear offensively. He's found something that's working for him, and he's sticking to it.
And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter here. Here's Pritchard. Still no points. To stop the run. That shot off. It's a 2-point differential. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
A nice shot by McCain.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Pritchard, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Pass to Tatum. lays it up and banks it in. Tatum's got 11 points.
That makes him 5 for 5 so far. Could be a big night in store.
I think they've got to consider throwing a few different looks his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Porter from outside. Rebound by Philadelphia. Now Walker, right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the 76ers, number 23.
15 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's McCain. 8 points in his last timeout. Jacks up a three. And that's not going to go. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Philadelphia on top. They lead by a bucket. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, one and all, for more NBA Christmas Day action. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Tyrese Maxey. Eric Gordon is out there with Paul George. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Grimes in at the 2.
For 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
What impresses me most about Porzingis is how versatile he is. I love that about a big man who does a little bit of everything.
White, he's checked in for Boston. Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses.
And, you know, when healthy, Porzingis is a problem, man. I mean, this guy is so hard to match up against because of his skill and his size.
Boston trailing. Outside Craig. Pass to Pritchard. White with it. 6 to shoot. George scanning the floor. Here's Embiid. Oh, the process! Embiid flexing his muscles.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Gordon on the wing. Pass to Grimes. There's the 3. Drills it from deep. And now it's a 6-point 76ers lead.
Good to see Gordon being unselfish. Excellent floor awareness and great at finding his guys in their spots.
We're about a minute and a half into this second quarter. And there's a pick. Porzingis finds Brown. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Gordon.
Well, I like the fact that the energy that Brown plays with makes him a guy that does a good job getting to the line.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Brown.
What makes Brown special is his blend of smarts and effort level. Not just an intelligent player, he also gives you a phenomenal amount of energy out there.
Cornette's checked in for Boston. And both free throws good for Brown. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Now here's Maxey. A solid offensive force, averaging 24 points a game. For three, George. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Pritchard. Got a piece of it.
Oubre putting those long arms to work. Manages to get a hand on it.
Embiid passes to Maxey. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Here's a look at what's coming up for Boston. On Friday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers.
This is a cushy slate coming up. They'll be facing a lot of beatable teams at home. It doesn't get any easier than that in this league.
And he knocks down the first one.
Not only is Maxey solid and efficient from the line, but he gets there quite a bit too.
The Celtics making a switch here. Holiday is checked in. Both free throws good from Maxey.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Outside Porzingis. Pritchard, the pass to Porzingis. And here's Brown for three. Boston, no good that time either. Philadelphia leading by 6. Pass to George. This one for three. Drops in the three. George has got 6.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Porzingis. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. Down low. 5 to shoot. Here's Holiday. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D there from Embiid. Pass to Maxey. Here's Yabusele. Yet to see a basket. Beyond the arc. And it's Maxey missing.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's Holiday. Fires it. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Maxey surveys. Pass to Oubre. He shoots it. And it's Maxey missing.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Back to Brown. George with a steal. For the finish. And the jam by George.
And historically an excellent defender, George just excels at picking your pocket and taking it all the way himself. Nice.
Here's Pritchard. To the paint. Embiid with a steal. Pass to George. For three, Maxey. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 4th assist with that last one.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Now here's Brown. 9 points in the game. Here's Cornette. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Joel Embiid. It's his first trip to the line.
And it's really baffling. I don't know how he lost his touch at the line so dramatically, guys. I mean, and it happened quickly as well. He's nowhere close to what he shot from the line last season. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Walker's checked in.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching. Show us the moves. Shake it. You must have left your dancing shoes at home.
Let's take a second to see which teams have been hitting the glass with a fury this season. The Celtics in second.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
Outside Maxey. Here's Yabusele from downtown. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him emulate him, I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie.
And just unable to get anything going tonight. I mean, his teammates have really bailed him out.
Boy, sometimes Holiday makes it look so easy. Automatic, able to pull up on a moment's notice.
Now here's Maxey. 38 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And despite drawing a lot of contact, he just kept coming, which resulted in a ton of free throws.
So far, he's made all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
That free throw's good from Maxey.
The quick-footed, creative Maxey, so much fun to watch. He plays with such boundless energy, and he's still got room to grow.
Good on both.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Outside Porzingis. The three-pointer off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
George for three. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
That reach of Porzingis is just outrageous. I mean, I love when he uses it on defense to stifle shooters.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Al Horford comes in for Porzingis. And it's Porter Jr. in for Drew Holiday. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Drummond's checked in. Here's Maxey. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Maxey's got 11 points. Celtics trail by 11. It's Brown on the wing. Walker covering. Pritchard. Offline with a three.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Well, the corner three, no challenge for Maxey. I mean, the dude can straight up shoot from deep.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. To end the run. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
And this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Drummond with the screen. Inside. Intercepted. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Porter. Pass to Brown. Brown gets the inside finish.
I don't think he could have been any more impressive than he was tonight. Brown is setting this place on fire.
Brown against Walker. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First and rebounding, and they're so impressive when it comes to their aggressiveness on the defensive end. Number 1 in opponent scoring. A team that gets in your face on defense and doesn't give up anything easy.
And they are number 1 in rebounding for a reason. They pound the glass with aggression, and they attack the boards with a fearlessness. Free throw good, Walker. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Cornette. He does not get the second one. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Now here's Walker. Pass to Drummond. Edwards with it. Oubre finds Edwards. Tries again. Shoots over Tatum. Edwards can't hit.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And here's Brown for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Edwards. Tatum pulls it in. Celtics trail by 7. And stolen by Edwards. Pass to Walker. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, he's got to play without fouling.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
The first one falls. Craig is checked in for Boston. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grimes, he's checked in for Oubre. And both free throws good for Walker. Boston has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Horford, a screen on Walker. From 10 feet away, is Pritchard. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Pritchard's got 6 in the quarter.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Here's McCain, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Outside Walker. The 3. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Pritchard. 6 points for him. Takes a 3. Drummond grabs the miss.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Walker for 3.
Sixers foul.
The Celtics making a switch here. White's checked in. Gordon, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
Substitution on the court.
Celtics trail by 6. Here's Porter. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
With Porter Jr., I think it's about shot selection. Taking smart shots, including when he's in close.
Pass to Grimes. Here's McCain. Clock at 4. Drummond. It's good on the putback.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
The Sixers lead by 6. 1:43 left in the second period. Here's Grimes, and counted from 19 feet away. Grimes has got 5 points in the quarter. And it's Tatum with the ball for Boston. Horford, a screen on Gordon. Here's Tatum, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to go on Andre Drummond.
And Tatum does a little bit of everything, and he's especially skilled down low. Fantastic at drawing the defense into him and playing off the contact while he's going up for a shot.
That free throw misses.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
And he sinks the second. The Sixers lead by 7. 1:19 left to play in the half. Pass to Grimes. Fires the three. Gets the three to fall. Grimes has got 11.
Well, the defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
Tatum from long range. Tatum! Money from deep.
You got to respect the response from Tatum. I mean, this guy just loves to compete.
Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Porter. Grimes' shot is off. Celtics trail by 7. The three from Craig. Rebound by Philadelphia. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to McCain. Drummond, the screen on White. To the inside. Drummond with the bucket. He's got 6.
Showing off some mobility there. When Drummond rolls like this, he's hard to stop at pick and rolls.
Tatum against Gordon. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of this game. 6 on the shot clock. Horford, a screen on Gordon. There's Tatum with the 3. He can't get it to go. The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Philadelphia on top, up 9. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Joel, the reserves have been awesome so far. What are you seeing from them?
The bench has helped us a lot. They've come in, they scored the ball, they've got the stuff, so we're going to need them to keep it going.
Helps to have backup. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks very much, Allie. And, folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details. Things working out so far for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Execution. These guys know what they want offensively. Their timing is in sync. That's why, by and large, they've played mistake-free basketball.
They just look like the better team.
And next, a look at some of the possible participants for this season's dunk contest.
Definitely some explosive guys on this list, but there's plenty of time out there for someone to grab this spot. Maybe even Elevator Ernie.
Yeah, that 50-inch vertical don't lie.
Neither did those shorts.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Celtics trail by 9. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
And stolen by Holiday. For 3. Knocks it down from distance. Holiday's got 12.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop, and he took it inside.
Here's Yabusele. No points so far. Shoots over Tatum. Holiday grabs the miss. Pass to White. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Embiid. The Sixers lead by 4. Outside Maxey. Here's Yabusele. Pulls it from the top of the key. He's off on that one. Boston has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Tatum looking it over. Outside Holiday from the arc. Connects from downtown. Holiday's got 6 points in the quarter.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Outside Oubre. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oubre not taking no for an answer there was not going to be denied. Right through the defender.
Porzingis against Embiid. The kick to Tatum for the tie. Rebound by the 76ers. They've led by as many as 14. Well, when this game is over and done with, they'll be off to Utah to take on the Jazz. That'll be the second stop of this 6-game trip. Embiid is screen on Holiday. Here's Maxey, plenty of space. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And now it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead. What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer, Allen Iverson, back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Let's get loud, fans.